what better time to spend your lunch hour than, you know, to make connections, expand your network and all that, right? So nice to have all of you here. And I specifically chose Monday because it tends to be, you know, I want to give you a very good start to the week. It drives up your energy so that it keeps you going, you know, by the time you reach Friday, you're still going. You're not like tapering off. So wonderful. I think we've got quite a crowd today. Maybe everybody can just introduce yourself in the chat while we wait for more people to come in. All right. Nice, nice. I'm going to let more people in. We've got our employers here as well, our guest employers. Fantastic. Wow, I see some familiar name. Wonderful. This is great. Okay, I know there are a few more coming in. Yep, I'm admitting them. So like what I've said earlier on, just type your name in the chat, introduce yourself. For our previous sessions, we even have, you know, some participants calling in from other countries as well. So there is no surprise, right? This is a very borderless world with, you know, digital means, that technology that make it so possible. And not only that, I think the pandemic actually, you know, forces everybody to go digital as well. So great. Nice to see so many people here. Yep, I see more people coming in. Hi, Jonathan. Thanks for typing in the chat. And hi, Tiffany as well. Hi, hi. Sarah, hi. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
We've been chatting, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So nice. So nice to have you here. Winkit. Hi, Winkit.
Good afternoon.
Hi. I see you changed your background picture.
Yeah, correct.
That's cool. I still want to call out, let's see. I do want to call out, let's see. Wait, I'm going to let more people in. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, who else do we have here? I think Lai Gwen. Lai Gwen was the one who joined super early, super early. So I just want to call out to her, and I'm gonna send her a special folder, all right, with a couple of tip sheets as well to Lai Gwen. Lai Gwen, thanks for joining early. Okay, thanks for joining early.
Thank you, Ali.
And there's going to be a lot of goodies inside as well. So early bird always catch the worm or worms. Okay, worms. Let's just say worms. So nice to see you here. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so who else do we have here? Yeah, cool. Siti, hi. Nuru, hi. Hanling, hi. Wonderful. Yeah, and there's more people coming in. You know, really, there's no better way to start your week than this, right? Because you want to put, you know, behind all the bad things that happened last week. Well, those are only bad if we never learn anything from it. We want to learn. We want to convert all those negative energy into positive energy by putting in lessons. What did we learn from last week? But there's really a better way to start your week by focusing on the positive side. Set your goals, as I always say, and it really gives me a lot of pleasure to bring on our speaker here. So what I'm going to do is, without waiting, keeping anybody waiting anymore. Okay, like I said, I'm still seeing more people coming in. I'm going to let them in. All right, as you join us, please tell us where you're from. So introduce yourself, tell us your name, tell us the role that, your previous role or the role that you are targeting, you know, because some of us could be going through changes as well. All right, so introduce yourself in the chat. We have our employers here. We have our employer, all right? And it really gives me a lot of pleasure to introduce them. As you can see from my thumbnail, and yeah, I have this thing about thumbnail. I just, you know, get very carried away. But three beautiful faces, and they are not only beautiful faces, they are very important faces that you should meet. And this is in a very good environment, you know, because I know as professionals, we are exploring ideas, we are exploring opportunities, And whether you have made up your mind to change your role or you are actively looking, it doesn't matter. It does not hurt to connect and get to know more people, as many people as possible. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity to get to know this group. And I have to thank our mutual friend for connecting me to Boon Seong. I really have to thank him as well, because what a wonderful character we have here. So for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, I'm Eileen Seah. I'm an organizational psychologist and also founder of the Art of Career. For those of you who have attended my training, my workshop, you would know that I really enjoy meeting people, delivering messages, and also helping professionals in their journey. It's the journey that matters. And Art of Career turns 5 this year, and we decided it's a year of giving. And so we're running a few, events really, with our wholeheartedly as a form of give back and also to help with the employment scene in Singapore. And it really gives me a lot of pleasure to collaborate and also bring on good employers for you to get to know them, and do not wait until the point of interview for you to find out more about them. This is the most non-threatening environment to reach out to people, because it's genuine, because you made an effort to come here. Yeah, you made an effort. So we really want to do that and connect two groups of community together. Okay, so I think you can guess by now from the pictures, of our speakers. And so make Align Group so special, I really want to mention this. I asked this question as I posted the thumbnail. Oh, let me just admit more people. Just want to say so sorry if I keep more people waiting in the waiting room. Okay, so hi, for those of you who just joined, please type your name, introduce yourself, and more importantly, tell us about the roles that you have done in the past or the role that you are targeting going forward. So as I was saying, what makes Align Group so special is because they have something as part of their work value with which I resonate very, very much with. For years, I've actually started my pet project. It's just a pet project. I'm curious about how to make anybody happy at the workplace. So you can listen more about what I said. I even talk about, recently about what are the traps, as you go about looking for a job, you should be a happy job seeker. How to be a happy job seeker. There's the science and there's the art. And of course, for many, many years, I've actually looked up to Tony Xie, who's the founder of Zappos.com. And I couldn't find any other organization that come that close. Talk is cheap, but to put it out there and say that happiness is important, and that's where I can resonate very much with the Align Group. And if you look at the Align Group web page, I mean, who would put, the thing about the happiness score out there on their web page? In fact, the country that come closest to this is Bhutan, right? Bhutan put it as National Happiness Index. And that's like the country that incorporate that as the KPI. Can you imagine that? It's so powerful. So you can see this is what they have. You can even find out about your own happiness score. I think this is just great. Just putting it there, very subtle, but so nice. It's there's a lot of flair in this. Okay, so you saw the man, and Boon Seong is the guy that I got connected with. You're gonna hear more about him, but today you come here to hear more about the Align Group. And if do join us on the 17th of June. That event is organized and managed by Workforce Singapore, and I've invited Boon Seong to come tell us more about his journey. But today is really more about the Align Group, and he's brought with him, all right, two other colleagues with him. And so we're going to hear more about what this organization provides, not just now, but he's got plans. I'm not going to steal his thunder. So I'll let you enjoy and glean more from what he has to say. Okay, I'm just letting more people in. All right. And on that note, again, just write down the roles that you're keen on as we go through the presentation. I'm going to pass the floor to Boon Siong. Type your questions in the chat. This forum is not for me, it's for you. It's really for you. And it's also for the Align Group. And I want to thank the Align Group for spending time carving their precious lunch hour. I know they were rushing out from another meeting just to make it here. And I told Boon Siong, look, your client meeting is very important. And he typed in the chat, no, both are important. We will be there. Wow. You know, it just touched my heart. I think I better not get too sentimental. Boon Siong, I'm going to pass to you now. I'll just keep quiet.
Thank you, Eileen. Thank you. No, don't need to keep quiet. You can add in anything along the way. But really, thank you, and thank you everyone for joining today. If you are comfortable, if you did put up your makeup, you can turn on your screen so we can be more personal. We can see each other. I still remember when first COVID hits, and then we put on, everyone put on the Zoom. Then I'm like, why these guys do not want to turn on their video? Then later on, I apologize to the ladies. I'm so inconsiderate because they didn't put on their makeup. Therefore, they didn't turn on their video, right? So sometimes it's about perspective. And I'm glad to have Eileen invite me here today, the team here today, to share with you guys some more about the company itself. 17, I'll be sharing more about the, myself, probably along the way, I'll share this is really, I started my journey just like anyone, corporate person. I was with Singapore Airlines. And I decided to quit when I was 30 years old, that's 2010. And from then on, embark on freelance/entrepreneurship. And that has gotten me to where I am today. Life is still a learning curve for me. I won't say I'm up there, down here. It's a wheel in life, right? There are days that you're up, there are days that you're down. But I think at the end of the day, what you want to do is making sure that our life here in this world, in this earth, is meaningful. And I think that actually prompts me to quit SIA and embark on this journey, right? About finding out what I can do for other people. So this whole journey about finding out what I can do for other people, which is now visualized into Align Group, is also very closely connected to about finding growth for myself. So for me, last 10 years has been a wonderful growth journey. And I'll just tell people honestly in this way, it is not just a financial journey that's fulfilling, it's actually the spiritual journey that's most fulfilling for us as well. So again, thank you very much, everyone. So let me just jump in a little bit more about who we are. Then of course we can have the conversation after this, right? And I'm very proud, glad to have my two colleagues joining here as well. We have Fu Sing. Hi, Fu Sing. Say hi. Yeah. So Fu Sing joined us since his graduation from NTU, right? So he's considered as first career, right? First career.
Yep, first career.
Yeah. Wow, you grab him from the cradle.
Well,
give him a chance to go out.
Oh, this is out already, right? We are working with so many clients every day, right? Yeah. And Faith also my good friend, many years a good friend. Yeah, she joined us mid-career. So she can also share from a different perspective as well. All right, so I will just go into the more technical part of it, and then we can jump back to more conversations. Let me just share my screen.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, I see a few more typing in here, introducing themselves to you, Boon Siong. And
hello, everyone. I can't see the chat while I'm presenting, but definitely I'll catch up with all the chat after this. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, it's coming up.
Okay, you can see the screen, right? Let me just make sure my sound is checked. So Align Group, what do we do is, I always tell people we're in a space of people. And I have one client that summarized this quite interestingly for me. She said that, she said in a nice way, right? She said that, hey, Boon Siong, I really respect you. I said, why? Why? You're in a work that nobody wants to do. I said, why? She said, you're in a job that help people to manage people. Managing people is already one big headache, and then you have to help people to manage people, and you must motivate your people to help people manage their people. So I think that sort of like, I didn't realize about it, but that sort of struck me like, true, that is really, really why I set up Align Group. It's really about people. And this particular career, this particular business it's not so much about me, it's really about the people that we can touch along the way. And I feel that also shows that what HR can do if it is done in the right way. So many of the times when we work with our clients, we always tell them about HR is about, helping the company to win the marketplace. And when you help the company win the marketplace, then the company will be more interested and invest into people, right? So that's one angle that we always show as well. But I have this very, very interesting vision that I have and still have. That is that how I see is this. So Eileen, this one is a closed room, right? So whatever I share is private and confidential, right? Okay, so I'll share this. I trust that y'all don't leak this message. So what happened is that.
But wait, we are on Facebook Live.
Okay, fine. Fine. All right. Thanks for reminding. So what I see is that our economy is like a big ship. All right. So the whole background of the economy, multinationals, and with a lot of the GLCs, so like this big ship, the Titanic, I call it. Then they have all these small ships around them. The sailing boat, I see them like an SME, small, medium enterprises, startups. But many people didn't realize this. I mean, by now you would have realized this. Is this? This boat is sinking. In fact, I saw that 10 years ago. This boat is slowly sinking because fundamentally the future has been reshaped in many, many ways. All right. I still remember when I was in university, I'm still at the age of pager and then moved to Nokia mobile phone. After that, wow, it's crazy. The whole pace was so crazy. I don't remember I have a Facebook before. And I got no clue what the hell it is. Pardon me. But the whole idea is really the whole transition. It's happening so fast. And I see that the big ship is slowly sinking. And to be fair, our government, which is a ship captain, has been telling all of us, hey, this is a message. They say transform, change, adapt, and grow. So this has been the message that is going out. Back then, we tracked on our own, very little voice, very small voices, but now a lot louder, right? Everybody hear about it already. In fact, Align Group has been talking about this since our inception in 2013. So, but how I see is this, the sailing boat that you see around this big ship, the SME are your future boats. Okay, these are the ones that can actually feed the people. But the problem is this, they are too small. Their infrastructure is inadequate. And in many cases, they cannot grow larger. And it's very sad because I see that they are the new future for Singapore economy. They are the new future for the economy as a general. And I think you can see that the focus of government in pushing entrepreneurship and supporting SMEs at this period has been, you have never seen it before. It's none other period that you've seen it before, because they know that this is going to be the one that will create the job for us, the one that will bring us forward. And I think EDB, MTI also have so-called tweak their stance along the way to make the economy more aligned with this new future.
But what happened about this? I'm so happy you talk about this, Jonathan Boon Seong. See, because I was replying to Jonathan on the chat, that's why his name just came out from my mouth.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm so happy you spoke about this, because I actually just did a video answering a question on whether this particular professional should join in a global company or local startup. So spot on. Okay,
there you go. That's the answer there. All right. Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, global companies still give us a learning launch pad, but yeah. I'll always say that that's probably in the early part of a career if you have, or if not, well, it's part of your portfolio. I mean, nothing is right or wrong. It's your choice in this journey. I always believe in it. But at the end of the day is what do you want to do, right? If you connect back to yourself, what do you really want? So how I see Align Group, our vision setup is this. We saw this as a scenario. We know that we need to help to grow these SMEs. But what happened? Why these SMEs cannot grow? Because of this very simple issue. The employee and employer are not aligned. That's why we call ourselves Align Group. They're not aligned. And they have been playing tug of war, they've been playing politics, and it's sad, right? If all of us are in the same boat and we are fighting with each other, how would the boat be even moving in the right direction? How can the boat be even larger and grow? Think about it this way. So what we set out to do in Align Group, it was a tough vision that we tried. And we said, hey, how can we bring the two together and grow this pie together and create more jobs, more opportunities, not only for ourselves, but for the larger good of the economy. And that's when we we built this workplace happiness survey in 2013. We launched it nationally in 2014. In fact, recently we relaunched the pandemic version 2020. So the whole idea is that we want to find out what makes a person wants to work in a company, why some companies are great, why some companies are not. And this formed the basis of how Align Group was started. And until today, I'm still holding true to that. But of course, there's a lot of new information we gathered as we journey in this journey. For example, one thing I learned probably in a hard way is that, and I'll share with everyone here, is that it is not the employer job to make you happy. All right. Put it very bluntly. Even in Align Group, I tell the staff, it's not my job to make you happy. But it is my job to make sure the environment can sustain and help you to be happier. There's a difference. I'm not here to make you happy, because happiness is an internal state of mind. It's your own sense, it's your own emotional states that you need to manage, right? Like, are you at peace with yourself? Are you grateful of what life has given you? Are you confident of yourself? That part I can't help you. But at the end of the day, as an employer, what we can do is that we will provide the environment necessary, the policies, the processes to make sure that we support your growth. And I think that's what happiness is all about if you're talking about workplace itself. And that's what we set out to do, building positive culture for companies. And interesting, the last couple of months, many of the clients that come to us are talking about this technical term in HR called EVP, Employee Value Proposition. What is Employee Value Proposition? It's about what value do I provide to the employee? And it's true. More and more companies have recognized that employee, I must treat them like a customer as well. So employee value proposition is very similar to customer, branding and marketing. What value do you bring to the employee? How can we make this relationship work? And I since day one, I always tell all my people, including Faith and Fusing here as well, when you join Align Group, I only expect you to stay 3 years. And let's talk about having this short-term relationship of 3 years. No, the contract is full-time, but I mean, in the mind, I always tell them short-term relationship. Why? What do you want to achieve in these 3 years? Let's work together. Okay. At the end of this 3 years, you review again. Is Align still suitable for you? Okay. Then let's work another 3 years. In that sense, I think it makes the company more accountable in terms of what am I here for the staff, as well as the staff knows that what am I here for the company. So we make it a very equal exchange. And this is particularly true if you're dealing with, say, millennials, right? So what is the value that I get out of this? So this is really how we approach it. And for Align Group itself, since I mentioned 2014, we launched the Workplace Happiness Survey. I was very fortunate. We got a project with PMO. Okay, but to put it in perspective, we got this project after submitted 100 bid in the government tender. 100. I still remember when I hit the 99, I said this is going to be the last one. And after that, I'm going to give up already. I'm not going to be here forever. 100, we got it. Okay, we got it. Yeah. So sometimes it's about perseverance, and it's that 1%, right? 99 versus 1%. So we got a project. It is about the countries. How do we attract the right foreign talent we want? So pretty much like company settings. We also work with Young NTUC on a project related to youth employability. So we were talking about non-graduate youth. How can they enhance their employability? And myself, 2017, I'm grateful that I'm being appointed as one of the ASEAN mentors. So this is an initiative by the ASEAN Business Council about helping startups from the ASEAN countries to set up in each other's countries. You want to penetrate in the market, there's a mentor to guide you as well. So in Malaysia, you have likes, more famous guy like Tony Fernandez. So he's the mentor for Malaysia, for example. So I'm one of the mentors for Singapore. There's only about, I think, 13 mentors. Yeah.
Wow, you're going to get a lot of names, making a beeline for you already.
If you want to start a business, sure, why not, right? I mean, I have my own experience as well. I won't say it's always right, but always certain perspectives to share. We set up our overseas office in Taipei in 2018. Also very lucky being invited by a very, say, respected person. Interestingly, he was the ex-finance minister of Taiwan. But of course, he's very humble. When I interviewed him, I didn't even know that he has such a background as well. Then last 2 years, Align Group, we achieved the Singapore fastest growing company list. Actually, if you see Straits Times, we are there. and an honor, but I always remind my team, let's not be arrogant about it, because COVID has practically reset everything, but still I think we want to grow from there as well.
So I'm going to ask everybody to put an emoji on that. All right. Give Boon Seong and the Align Grow an emoji, right? Fastest growing local company. Very nice. Okay. Woo! We have a lot of emojis. I don't know if you can see Boon Seong, but
Thank
I know
you. Yeah,
Sing and Faith can see.
I saw some party hats as well. Thank you very much.
And then I'm kind of glancing on my left because I'm looking at Facebook as well. If there's any.
No problem, no problem. Go ahead. So yeah, I'll just continue here.
Yep.
So for us, we work with almost all these agencies, and you'll be surprised there's so many agencies in Singapore that's out there to help to build the whole human capital landscape. And I think for that, Singapore, I would say generally, relatively compared to other countries, we have done very well in this aspect as well. So we also act as a bridge between the clients we serve versus the with the government as well. Companies we work with pretty much across the board. Although you have some bigger names, but you have smaller names. Some of them you may not recognize them, but I think we take pride in every single project that we do. I no longer run the project these days. The team is the one running it. But I always remember those sessions that we have is not just I teach them, but I learn a lot from them as well. Because I believe learning always happens in both ways, right? Where the more you give, the more you get as well. So tremendous opportunities. And we have seen some of them grow from one shop to a big company today. For example, Poti and all these, I've partnered them since day one. So really fantastic to see their growth journey and how they create more jobs, more opportunities for everyone. And I can generally safely say that these companies that you see here, they are probably, I would say, they are a better employer generally in SMEs because we have gone in and shaped their culture. We have gone in and do something with them already.
Wow,
like the policies and everything as well.
I'm going to give you another emoji. Very good, very good. Thank you so much. You see,
Thank you.
So for everybody who joined with one session, you get to see so many more companies that have actually been inculcated with their EVP mindset, focus on the employees and have their own, journey and target aligned. I think I really like that. Wonderful.
Thanks, Eileen, for rephrasing that. Thank you. Thank you. So when we work with companies, and so also this is a thing that we did for ourselves. So maybe I just share a short personal story here. In 2015, 2016, I used to have one partner that we set up together, but the business was going downhill. It's my fault as well. So we are at the juncture of closing down the business. That was in November 2015. Then I was in a limbo. Should I go back to corporate? Never in my life I felt so disappointed in myself. I thought entrepreneurship is easy, right? Other people can run a business. How come I can't? So I always feel that where am I not good enough? I think that's the typical feeling. So, but during that stage, a very interesting stage is that I also reflect a lot about how I run a business. So in the early days, I don't really run it. I just throw it to my partner to run it. And I didn't manage to practice what I practiced when I was in Singapore Airlines, when I learned. And when I look back into my life in SIA, I think the thing that made me proudest, all right, I have a lot of achievement in the company, but the most prideful moment technically is when I'm able to recruit a team that now continue to generate a lot of positivity in the company and grow. We grow by almost 50% from 200 USD million to 300 USD million by having the right people. And by having the right people at that time, then free me up to focus on a lot of the strategic things like working with partners to how to bring SIA Indonesia to the next level. That was when I was 2006, 2010. Yeah, that was a period itself. And I believe that having the right people is a foundation of everything before the company can even grow. And I'm not sure how many of you...
Say that again. Can you say that again?
It's recorded, right? So I suppose.
replay, right? Yeah. I'm just kidding, yeah.
Yeah, really. And the right people is a foundation. And I'm not sure how many of you heard about this term called flywheel. It was popularized by Jim Collins in his book, Good to Great. It's about how a company moves the momentum forward and grow. And when I look at the people part of the flywheel, I would say that it looks something like this. And this is something that I did for Align Group. And with no exception, we're doing it for our clients as well. Start with the right people. And I can still tell you, I can tell you here, keep it to yourself, but anyway, it's public, never mind, I'll share. So in 2015, 2016, during the transition, the difficult transition, I made a very bold decision. You can say that I take a risk, but I made a very bold decision. I actually took out a personal loan to hire. Okay, that's showed my conviction in terms of getting the right people. And in fact, the people I hired during that period, almost 90% of them until today, they are still with Align Group.
Wow.
So that was 5 years ago. And we are all connected with a common vision. We still start from a small place. It was a home office actually. All right, we start from a small place and slowly grow. I still remember the day that we ran a training program in Mandarin Orchard. That was 2 years ago. One of my staff that joined me for quite a while already, since day one actually, she told me that, well, Boon Siong, I'm very proud today. That's why. Finally, our training moved from a small home office to, don't know, small room outside, I don't know which road in Singapore, to finally a 3-star hotel. And today we are at a 5-star hotel. I mean, these are little signs of improvement that we've been trying to build. Yeah, and I think I still believe that the right people is the most important. So in conjunction with today's sharing, I'll just tell you this. We hire everyone and anyone. My team has a big difficulty how to filter these people. Because why? We don't really go by the experience of the person, but really by the person's attitude, willingness to learn. I believe in this. If you're willing to learn, you're willing to adapt, you can learn anything. Just like when we were young. We were thrown to anything and we learn, right? Why can't we do it even when we are adult? So I guess sometimes it's about how we go back to that, I won't say childish, but that childhood moment where our brain is not restricted. We are not told by the society what is right and what's wrong. Keep that open space and be who you are again. Connect close to yourself. Yes, be silent with yourself. Stay with yourself and find out what do you really want to do. And when you know very clearly, you will find that. And in Align Group, that's what I want to do with everyone. It's like when Faith got into Align Group, she can share later. I told her, she asked me, so Boon Siong, what's my role? I said, I don't know. You come in first. Never mind. I don't know.
No
Seriously,
kidding.
I don't know.
No
So
kidding.
along the way,
You
she
heard
shaped her
that?
job.
Oh, wow.
It's true, it's true.
Yeah. Fu Seng also, you can tell you along the way, he shaped his job. He said, I think I don't want to do this already. Like, can I do this or not? So, but I think it's all about learning and the willingness to try, right? So the right people, and from the right people, then we can only work out the right strategy for the business.
Well, you're getting emojis, You're getting emojis.
Yeah, thank you very much. I sort of see here and there. I can see partial, but I can't see everyone. Yeah. Then from the right strategy, we build the right structure in the company. So these are your policies, your KPI, okay, your happiness survey index, everything, and then you shape your right culture, and the right culture will attract more of the right people. So this is a people flywheel. I always teach our client, and in the line we do this for ourselves. And this is something that we live with, we breathe with as well. So HR activity is centered around this. Wow. So, which I think is good because as a client wants to talk to us, they want to see that are you practicing what you're talking about?
Yep.
Do you walk the talk?
For sure, for sure.
So in fact, I always tell my people, all of us are a walking ambassador of the company. If you're not happy, please leave because you are a walking ambassador in the company. All right. And to be fair, I'll tell you, we hire anyone, everyone, but I would say 1/3 of the people we hire, we didn't confirm them as well. 1/3, that's a big number. The reason is being this: if you don't fit into the culture of the company, let's not waste each other's time. This is not being cruel. Cruel is I keep you longer and then you struggle and then you become unhappy. So I rather free you up so you can work on what's next for you now. Right? So at least you know this is not suitable for me and you can find something else. If I hold you back 5 years in a company, pay you a low salary, and then like, oh, boss, how come my salary never increase? Oh, because you're not good enough. And then keeping you there, sucking your energy, I think that's worse. And worse is this, the worst treatment any employer can give to employees is ignore them.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, ignore them like they're non-existent. So I think and on the whole, we want to make sure that we hire the right people. Okay, we are very I'll say we're very critical on that point. But once you're the right people, yeah, we can do anything. So
I love it. You walk the talk. Walk the talk is not easy. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and
The walk is easy.
actually walk the talk is easy.
Huh?
Actually walk the
Easy.
talk is easy, but you must be very clear about what you are talking. You know what I mean? You must be very clear. Otherwise, if you're not clear, you can't walk the talk. Walk the talk is actually easier than doing anything else. But people dare not walk the talk because there's a lot, they are worried about social perception. In fact, to be fair, myself included, for the first 3 years of a line, we dare not even talk about happiness to our client. Why?
Mm.
I being shot once by one boss. I still remember in the Chinatown office, I went in. The boss
Okay.
say, Boon Xiong, it's not my job to make my people happy. It's their job to make me happy. Okay, sounds familiar? Okay,
Yes, you
so
started with that.
yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. Then like after that, I when I go to talk to other company, like, should I talk about happiness? Should I not? So I was hesitating for a while. That explains why the company doesn't grow. Because we are not spreading the right message. We are not being very convicted about what we want to do. So that's my own lesson as well.
Very good. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it
So,
when you can hit the message home, right?
yeah, and practice it. I think it's not that difficult, but you must believe in it and practice that. So how a flywheel works is in this way, lah. So you grow from startup, micro, small. That's how you grow. Align Group is today as small. We are not medium yet. We are small, between 1 to 10 million. So now we are seeking for our next growth opportunity, which is a lot about integrating with technology. Yeah. Later I'll show you a face of our one of our colleague, but he's here to help us to convert everything into AI as well. So just to wrap up, what Align does is actually we do HR business partnering. Because what happened we see in the market is that there are a lot of consultants, but they don't help the company. They don't partner them in the growth journey. They only do a project and then return back to them. That's where we want to do more than just doing a project. Also, there are also some companies that only outsource the HR payroll and then just process for them. We can take over that, but we want to do more than that. So therefore, when we create this whole concept about HR business partnering, and our business partner, so this is one role that we hire. Our business partner is someone who work with the company to implement projects, to take care of their day-to-day. Of course, there's a team that support them, as well as helping the company to find winning formula, in their culture, in their team, to move people. And really, if you want to be in this business, you have to be passionate about helping other people. If you find a chore, then this is not for you, honestly, right? And this HR business partnering model is created by us. We don't have direct competitor in a sense. Of course, we have outsourcing, so payroll outsourcing provider, consultant as a competitor, but none offered a solution like us. And interestingly, I can share with everyone here, our best HR business partner is not from HR. Okay,
very
so
business aligned.
You need not be HR trained. In fact, HR knowledge is not difficult to learn. Of course, there's some technical knowledge which you have a team of resources that support you. But at the end of the day, you must be truly passionate about helping that business and helping the people in the business to grow. And I think if you have that maxim with you, anything can be done. So the experience so generally we find that the people that with the best experience are people who have done general management role, who have done business operations role, who understand how business is like or how operations is like on the ground. They can empathize better, they can advise better as well. So that's one area that we find interesting. Because many of the HR people we hire, not all, of course, but some group of them are very technical. They're very process driven. Oddly enough, they don't really face people.
I'm attending some webinar, but later I got 1:30 meeting.
Hold on, I will have to. Yep. Let me
problem.
just mute. Okay.
Okay.
We are good.
So this is an example of the details and what we do. All right. I won't bore you with the example, but this is how we come in and help a company. So in a sense that, do we replace the HR of a company? Yes and no, actually. There are some companies that fully let us run the whole thing, like a HR department. But there are some companies that we think that it's better they retain someone in-house that deal with their day-to-day, and then we work as an advisor for them. So we are not here to replace HR job, but we are here to uplift the whole knowledge and capability of HR to make sure it helps the company to grow. If HR doesn't help company to grow, you're not important. The boss won't listen to you. So I think that's what we are trying to do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I'm just interjecting a little bit here
Sure.
because I want to get the audience excited Reason being, based on the services that the Align Group is offering, they're helping organizations with people and culture programs. Do you know whatever expertise you bring to the table? Let's say you're in account management, sales and account management, there's a space for you because like HR business partner, you can really marry the two together. If you're in IT, there's HRIS system, that you can also help with the people agenda. And if you're in finance, there's always compensation and benefits as well. And what's more, for those of us who are in data analytics, there's HR analytics. Virtually almost every other area of expertise can be weaved into what the Align Group is offering on the people and culture front. It's so powerful. Wow.
Yeah, but so if you talk about, thanks Eileen for sharing that. Very able to talk about actual role. I can tell we don't put it under a role. Actually, the role morphs quite flexibly along the way. Okay, one thing you need to do well to survive in a language is that you must be willing to take on different roles. Okay, so we have people who we need people who look at business development. So that's the one that are reaching out to more SME clients, as well as we are working more and more with regional clients as well. We also need to look at people who can help us to internationalize the business as well, because after COVID, the next step is we want to go more regional. Taiwan, we have it already, but I think we want to have more presence in the region. Supposed to be in a few countries by now, but thanks to COVID, everything held back. Then the other thing is we also have a tech arm that we are building. So if you're interested in the technology part of it or the commercialization of technology, that's also possible. Obviously, the main role we are having now is mostly HR business partner. So that's the one I mentioned about the ability to help the company to get the best out of HR. And the HR business partner actually is supported by our backend HR specialist team, and also the HR, we call it shared services team. So if you're a HR specialist, you can also be part of the specialist team, which is either the shared services like recruitment, payroll, to the expertise team like com and ben, learning development, performance management, even down to like MOM, union negotiation. So those are specialist roles that we have. Yeah. So we have people representing different pillars, so to speak. Yeah. But the one that we are growing pretty faster relatively compared to the rest is the business partner role, obviously. And eventually, I'm hoping maybe before end of the year, the technology bit will start to boost up as well. Business development is ongoing. Yeah. Or if today you're not joining us as an employee, we also have this channel partnership program. If you have access to SMEs, we are more than happy to work with you as well. Yeah. Let me, I mean, I've got a few more slides only. Let me just wrap up and then we can continue with all the Q&As. Okay, so this is in Straits Times, 2020, we are number 24, we are number 27. So we are a fastest growing company. We only want people who wants to grow. If you don't have a growth mindset, Align would not be suitable for you. One thing I always tell the staff, the company is growing at a certain curve and you are growing at a certain curve. If the company growth curve is faster than you, you'll be out of job very soon. True? It's a growth curve, right?
Again, this is a great example of alignment. Yes. Everything you bring out is all about alignment.
Yes, that's why I call Align Group. Yeah. So really, I always tell you, as long as you grow faster or equal pace with the company, you'll be fine. Don't worry, it's job secure. But if you don't want to grow, no one can force. I can't force you, right? I can give you all the resources. We have a mini library. We recommend books. But if you don't want to grow, you don't want to attend courses, you don't want to learn, no one can force you. And you can't blame anyone else except yourself, technically. So I always look at it this way. You have to grow, even with whether you join Align Grow or not, you have to grow at least equal pace with the changes that's happening around the world right now. You're not Singapore only, around the world. We have many, many clients looking at global talent already. All right. So this is serious. So you need to be able to compete at that level. Now, if you think that, hey, this I'm winding down because I'm 40 or 50, I tell you, maybe you want to think twice. The fact that you have in your mind you want to wind down, it means that you are compromising on something already. I always feel that whatever we do, we want to put in 100%. I still have work-life harmony. I don't call it balance. I still have work-life harmonies, but you have to do whatever harmony you have is still 100% in everything you do. Right? So life is like that. It's fair. Whatever you put in effort, you get more out of it. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice. I love it. I love it when you say, not wind down, wind up. Not wind down.
Yeah, we are
Love it.
60-year-olds becoming
Mm.
prime minister, 70, 80, 90 or so, right? Malaysia, for example. So what's stopping us? It's all in the mind, I realize. One of our principal consultant Align Group, Mr. Low, is 60 plus already. But I'm always amazed by his openness to learn. And he's still challenging himself until today, 60 plus years old. And in fact, sometimes when some of the not so good candidate that we managed to slip through our cracks of the door, I compare him to them. They're like no way near him, nowhere. And like, wow, how does these people still have the drive at this age? Yeah,
I'm gonna say age is just a number. Oh
yeah,
dear.
just a number. And at 30 years old, the person already start winding down. I'm like, I started telling I want a stable job. I said, job will be stable if you put in your best, right? Stable job doesn't mean sit there and wait for jobs to come to you. That's not stable job. That's a passive mode already. Yeah. At this juncture, maybe I'll just play a quick video about our clients. So when I created this video testimonial, while many people thought that it is meant for the client, right? We're doing marketing.
Yep.
The other reason we're doing it, and we find quite profound, is this is for our staff. Why? Our clients rarely praise you up front how good you are when you do the work, when you complete the work, okay? But when they record in this video and you play that video for you, it's telling you what is the value you have added to the company. So I found this quite interesting. Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
So anything that we do in marketing is always, while you reflect outwards, also reflect inward. Okay, let me make sure my sound is shared. All right, I'll tune up my volume. I'll play this 3 minutes only, I think. Yeah. Oops, wait.
It was very fortunate for us to work with Align Group because they helped us to clarify and they gave us what we wanted, a whole system, turnkey solution presented to us according to our needs. We are very grateful and happy with the committed consultants from Team Align Group, and they had a very good understanding of our entire company, spot on in their recommendations. You need a good consultant to guide you along because this being central to your business, you have to have a good partner. For SuperSteam, our partner is the Align Group.
Now, after engaging the Align Group, I am a lot more structured. I have processes. If I were to sum it up in a statement, I can sense that I used to have 15 people working for me, and now I have 20 people working together for their futures. That's the difference. Now, being a new startup, we have to deal with constant challenges. Now, during this whole long process of a year, Align Group never give up on us. They constantly engage us, ask us what are the challenges that arise and how they can actually help us.
During the masterclass, Align Group was able to actually break this entire field into specific areas, and we were able to focus on one area at a time. We were able to experience breakthroughs in terms of results. By taking these small actionable steps, our business was actually able to progress forward. I like that the activities were very interactive, so there were a lot of ideas being bounced off one another because a lot of the participants were seasoned HR practitioners as well as business veterans.
Managing the staff, we need a more systematic approach, which we did not have. When we brought around a consultant on board, the people felt like we cared. They had a voice to the consultant and then to us. And I think bringing a consultant along, they can tell a good benchmark on, let's say, this is a fair practice. In the beginning, they can actually become even a mediator, a bridge, because they would know what's the best practice in the market, what is unfair standards, what are fair standards. And so we are able to have a more professional view. I feel we need to choose a partner that you can trust, who knows what they're doing. And it would be good if you can pick a partner that has experience in your type of size.
The consultants from Align Group are very professional. Other than implementing processes that are within the scope of the project, they have given us useful recommendations. The consultants have developed a comprehensive pay package which is competitive for us to attract new talent. We were impressed with their initial presentation, from the pay package to recruitment to retaining of employees. It started off as a consultant. Along the way, during the implementation of the project, we have developed into more of a business partner.
Wow, this is so cool. Yeah, I just want to, as a disclaimer, we're not getting any kickback or anything. We have no reason why we should say anything good about the Align Group. But for those who joined earlier in this call, you will know that, the Align Group has centered their work value and also their solutions around happiness, all right? Driving employee happiness. And so that resonates very, very closely with me, because it's a pet topic that I've been, advocating and also researching on. So you guys are in good hands, and this is great. Yeah. And Faith has a question here, but I'll leave the questions to later. Back to you.
I'm concluding already. Let me just conclude. So this is our current team right now. Okay.
Oh, nice.
We have African in our team as well. So he's our AI engineer, working on technology as well. So if you look at the page here, we have people from 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way to 60s. So age group is not an issue. All right. I'm more than happy to have more diversity when it comes to race. I think that would be a different perspective. Is always useful for the company to grow. And I mean, we want to be a global company. So that's what we are set up for. And our own transformation journey that we're taking on is 2020 and before, we are a service company. 2021, in fact, this year onwards, most of our work that we work with clients through remote support already. Okay. In fact, we are strengthening our IP by 2022, all should be done. Our technology fully integrated, or of course the technology started already, but it'll be fully integrated by 2023. 2024, we can build to be a platform aggregator. 2025, big data and how to make future of work human-centric. So that's our own fire transformation. I'm not sure where the journey will lead us to. Some ideas we have talked about, trying to go for IPO, trying to grow larger. I think I'll leave it to the hand of the God universe, whatever we call it. But the whole point is that we'll do our best and make sure that at every point in time we are bringing value to all our clients as well. And if you are curious about what makes you qualified to join Align Group, number one is that, of course, having vast skills repertoire is important, but more importantly, that you must be passionate about transforming organization, creating jobs, upskilling people. All right. We are not just doing for ourselves, we are doing for a larger good for the country, if I may say it as well. You want to be a catalyst, important stakeholder in the whole national human capital initiative in Singapore and in the region. And for us, we will be integrating tech to be a future-driven HR company. So we are not going to stand still. Okay. We are a professional team. We are SME, but we are not a family business SME. All of us are professionals. I mean, I leave Faith and Fu Seng share about themselves, but in our team, we have people from different backgrounds. I myself came from SIA. We have people who came from MOM, Faith from KPMG. KPMG. We also have people who come from some larger companies, some small companies. Doesn't matter. But the point is that we are a professional team. We've been listed in the fastest growing, and of course, we are still recruiting for now. But of course, I think with the heightened alert phase 2, we are also re-evaluating how fast, because we have a few new hires joining us in the month of July. So we're also looking at how fast the flow of this hiring be. But don't worry, if you're interested, we can still talk. Because in the Align Group, I believe in building talent pipeline, right? So we just talk first. And pardon me if we don't meet up urgently or immediately, because it's not something urgent in our agenda. It will be urgent when we grow too fast, we hope to. So that's what we want to do. But of course, along the way, we will definitely be actively recruiting. We have been taking in new people. At least we have last 3-4 months, we have one new person almost every month. So at the current rate, that's what's happening. Yeah, we are not a large company. I don't have a job for 100 people here, But if you want to make impact that create more jobs for other people, I think that's one opportunity as well. And with that, that's all I have actually. Thanks, Eileen. Thanks everyone for your time and attention, and yeah, for spending your afternoon with us. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. I think now you can see everyone's camera on Zoom, and then also the emoji. You have shared a lot with us, and what I want to say is building a talent pipeline is something which most hiring managers don't really think about. They only think about it when they really need it, and that's not quite a pipeline already. So I want to give you high five, but there's no emoji that says high five. If I do high five, it's like yeah, can only do on camera.
Yeah, so, you send me WhatsApp.
Yes, indeed. We've got a lot of WhatsApp already. Yes. So yeah, there was a message. A question that was very close to what you have already mentioned about what's the average age. I think you answered that. But they asked about the strength, what's the staff strength? How many people do you have in your team today?
We have about 18 today, 18.
Very powerful.
Yeah, and we have about, for our industry, it's considered large already. They are all full-time staff. We also have a pool of associates, about 20 of them, which we can tap on for projects. But so far, priority is more for the staff to grow. Yeah, because the associates are different. They are at a different stage of their life. They only maybe want to take 20-30% of their time to work, but we still value their expertise. But typically, associates are more of the HR specialists that we work with, or they are sector specialists, like someone who is very strong in manufacturing, or someone who is very strong in banking and finance, so that when we have projects in that sector, then we will work with the person as well.
Yeah. And for those of us who are listening in, please do not worry so much, because remember, it's all about alignment. If you're willing to grow, they'll grow with you. So it's all about growing together, right? Okay, cool. Do we want to take on a couple of questions, or maybe Faith or Fu Sing wants?
Yeah, Faith and Fu Sing with me actually. So I think probably hearing from them would be nice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, would be nice.
Yeah, no pressure. I'll turn off my video.
No, don't.
No worries, joking.
Okay, Faith, over to you. Yeah, on mute. Oops. Just want to say that when I was discussing with Fu Sing and Boon Seong, your name came up, immediately, both of them say, yep, I know who should be in this forum, and they
it could be a bad or good thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I want to say that in today's world, it's very different. I'm in my 50s, right? So I've come and journeyed. I think many of you have journeyed along that path as well. And if you're all looking for change and I think the first thing that comes to mind is really fear. Yeah, it's a fear of the unknown, and it's the fear of maybe even if you're coming from MNCs, that big kind of like maybe drop in salary. But I think like what Boon Seong has correctly said, right? It's really, what is it that you want to do? I took my life has always been a constant change, and I think change is the constant, right? A little bit about my background is that I'm a geneticist by training. I'm a scientist, and then I moved on to marketing, and then I moved on to headhunting in HR. Then I moved on to this role right now. So in my career itself, I think there has been a change of maybe about 4 or 5 roles, maybe 4 roles or 5 roles. But I think what made me a little bit successful in the change, right, was not thinking too much, to be honest with you. If you know that is not a role for you in the past, right, what needs to drive you to the next role is something that you're strong in, something that you really like. It could be data, it could be numbers that drives you, or it could be people like me that kind of like pushed me along this path. I think the never give up spirit. Yeah, I never thought of actually I never thought of failing. Failure never came across. Maybe I'm simplistic, I'm not sure. But the thought of failing never occurred to me because, like what Boon Siong has said, and the thing that drives him is really that you just do your best, and where you actually, yeah, that's faith, right, Jonathan? The thing that really will push and propel your career forward is the value that you add to people. I mean, as long as you add value to people's lives, right? Really, it is something that is you're definitely gonna get something back. Yeah, when you add value to people's lives, people will give back to you. And I think that's something that everybody should take note of. And as I reflect back onto my own career, I think that's really something that pushed me along. I'm not ambitious. I never, sought fame, or I never sought for, okay, money is important, but it was never the number one driving factor. I just wanted to enjoy my job, and I wanted to enjoy the journey that is, that I'm in. We're all in this kind of like race together, right? And everybody is, yeah, in a way a rat, but you want to be a happy rat rather than a sad rat, right? So, yeah, I think just don't dwell too much on the negatives and, I've got to earn so much. You compare yourself, your peers are doing, this and that, because I personally think that, I mean, look at me, right? I've come so far, and I think I've done okay. And I've not put any of these factors into my personal agenda.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's, yeah.
So humble.
Maybe Faith, you want to share like what makes you join Align Group? I mean, maybe short.
I think Align Group is really Boon Siong lah. A lot of it.
I don't want that.
Yeah, but his, you're saying that, yeah, you can obviously tell he's a humble guy. He's got such a lot of things going for him, but I think his personal strength and integrity and character really shows from him developing Align and putting the people and his clients first. I mean, it's really the drive to want to help people, and the ability to help develop a team. Okay, it's not easy because everybody comes, like he says, from a different perspective, right? But I think what the glue that holds the Align team is really the fact that he himself, right, believes in it, and he brings in people that believe in that dream as well, that holds us. And I think that's very important because if you don't align yourself with that dream, right, you're just basically going off different tangents. So I do believe in that value add. I do believe in that people is the main priority in any business as well. Yeah, and so that's why I'm in Align. Yeah. Yeah. So that's me. Yeah.
Wonderful. And I like that you started your journey as a scientist, and I think what I can say is we're living in an environment, and everybody knows this, right? That it's morphing, that is reproducing itself in different forms, right? And so what we want to know is, where is our space or our role as the environment change? Can we find a role? And you have not, sorry, you look like you're going to say something.
I really think that your role will only come clearer when you try it out. As a recruiter, right? I mean, as a headhunter, the past 20 years, there is no perfect job. There is no one perfect job. Okay. And you will never find that I always tell the candidates, right? If you're already 60% happy, you're already, much more than anybody else, right? So 60-70% happiness is actually that. And like what Boon Siong said, happiness doesn't come from the job. It comes from many other external things, right? You just can't have your job and then your home is falling apart.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not happiness as well. So it's what you create it to be as well. And unless you try things, you do things, you wouldn't find that X factor. So that's the reason why, I guess, for me, I'm still experimenting. I wouldn't, as the journey goes, right, and times change, I think that happiness also changes in the respect. What I used to do in retail, in marketing, 30 years ago, is definitely not what's going to make me happy right now. So I think agility is very important, and I think one of you is an agile person, right? And I think agility is very, very important, and I really thank God that I had that in the past and always in me. So being ability to have the ability to say, okay, I'll just try. If I fail, I fail. If I don't fail, then maybe it'll take me somewhere else. Yeah. So that's important.
That's very cool. Very nice. I kind of pick out something when you talk about, marketing and all that. So someone here also coincidentally by the same name, Faith,
Yes.
has background in marketing and communications.
Mm.
So I'm pretty sure there are some roles that are also needed, because when it comes to communicating with external clients, and then when you talk about HR, is everything to do with communication, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also marketing.
I always think that, look at Fu Seng, right? He's also doing a lot of marketing and communications, and he's the expert almost in the EVP space. And it's, communication within a company is so important. You have to drive the message down, your mission, vision statement down to the people, and what drives you. If you don't have that communication 360, right, it's going to fail. And we've got so many clients that are coming to us because of this failure in the right communication through that EVP piece. And so, yeah, you're right. Faith, yeah, you should. There's no harm trying, anything. In fact, all of you can join this space. It's just like what Woon Seong has said. You don't have to come from that background. You really have to as long as you put people first. That's your, I think that's enough to, cover many things already. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Maybe you want to give some time to Fu Seng.
Yeah, sorry. Fu Seng, over to you.
Thanks for sharing, Faith. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why you're in. We need Faith.
Yeah. Maybe I'll keep my part a little shorter. So just a bit about myself is that I have a degree in psychology. Then Align Group is my first career. So from psychology to HR, I remember the very first thing that I asked Boon Seong is, you want to hire me as a HR partner, but I don't have a HR degree. Why do you want to do that? So of course his answer was, in Line Group the focus is about people. And I remember there's this question on the Zoom chat is about what's the characteristics needed, right, in Line Group. And I'll say it's not just a Line Group, but I do see similar characteristics if let's say you want to be successful in many other companies. It's about the mindset of agility, like what Faith mentioned, because the industry is growing so fast, companies need to grow very fast. So you need to pick up a lot of things and to be able to pivot. So talking about my own story of pivoting. So I started off as a HR. And then just about 6 months back, right, in December 2020, I shift to marketing. So I've only been in my marketing role for about 6 months. But the current website that you see, aligngroup.asia, was designed by me. It was copyrighted by me. As in I wrote up the copy. So I created some questionnaires on there. The blogs are written by me. So there's a lot of pivoting that needs to be done, integrating all the Google Analytics. So I think is that the internet has a wealth of information. What we need to then do is to have that open mindset to say, let's try something. YouTube has our back, Google has our back. We just spend some time and we can pivot quite with lesser fear. Yep. And that's what I want to share. Maybe the ground has more questions.
Yes, thank you so much. And looking at Fu Seng, he's actually pretty strong in technology as well. I remember our first engagement.
Yeah,
very strong.
Really, Eileen, thanks. Fu Seng, thanks also. I think Fu Seng, for me, it's always one thing that the role change wasn't because just simply he wants it, but I think at the end of the day, it's about what strengths does a person can play. Which part of it can he play? And I think I only have one strength. I don't have a lot of strength. I have a lot of weaknesses though. I only have one strength. I can admit that. And my strength is I'm very good at putting the right people in the right role. And that has been, I feel that's what I achieved in my SIA, and I'm continuing doing it in Align Group. So when I have to take out the loan to restart the business and hire people, I have no doubt about it. I know that I'm going to make it, but only thing is that where are these people? But very interesting in this world, right? Law of attraction does work. When my mind starts to think about all these people, it appears. Just like the other day, I was thinking about, hey, we can be a global company. Let's hire foreigner. Let's hire non-Chinese Singaporean or not non-Chinese at all. Then Francis came into our picture. Francis, which is our Nigerian friend, and next thing is that he joined us. So I think sometimes even my thought wave does convert into a lot of reality.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and I think paths cross always for a reason. So we've got quite a varied audience here. We've got Nurul who's in finance leadership with lots of finance leadership experience here. So I think try and look beyond. So it's good to connect YouTube, because you never know, opportunities will just open up, and this is a very safe place to connect, because while the market is a little bit soft, but yet Align Group is growing, while everybody is sort of like trying to figure out what's next. This is best time to connect and give lots of ideas as well. Look beyond the Align Group, because look at the clients that they serve. I think one slide of the client logos is not enough. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so and then we've got Han Ling, who is looking at training and development administration itself. So naturally over there, Wing Kiet, he's more on the agile transformation, and he's been helping people, and wow, he's certified in Six Sigma Black Belt. So I think there's a lot there. And I know Wing Kiet also talk about helping organizations on their agile agenda. And so let's see, I think Faith, on the marketing and communication side. So over here, I think there is a lot. I think the question from Winke is, does the Align Group steer your clients to apply business agility concepts and mindset? And would Align Group be keen to hear, what Winke can bring on the
No problem. I posted my link, my personal mobile number, as well as my email here. So so you all can just connect. I'm more than happy. No worries about it. I mean, we can discuss about it. I mean, that's like what I say, right? I always believe everything happened for a reason. There's a reason why you are here today. There's a reason why our path cross. So let's make that reason work, right?
Yep, very nice. And also, I think I'm just reading this question out for our viewers on Facebook Live. The question here is, does the people that Align Group hire need to be from HR business partner role? I think Boon Siong already answered that question, and you can see from here from Fu Sing as well as Faith's answer, right? So remember, not wind down, wind up. Wind down, no, wind up, yes. And also, I think the next one is, so Tiffany, was acknowledging that, it's priceless to get the video testimonial. Fantastic. So good job there. I support that totally. Okay, so let's see. Are there more questions? Yeah, change management. Tiffany says she's got more than 20 years of change management and transformation. So looks like, this is a growing crowd. This is a crowd that has a growth mindset. So I think that's wonderful. Okay. There's a question here. I don't know what's the answer from. The question is, can you share more on the work you have done with the Select Group, if it's okay to share?
In what context? I just want to understand.
I think based on the video, was it?
And is there any particular context? No, I just want to clarify, because I also cannot anyhow share everything. But I just want to know which context. Sing Chua, right? Don't mind. You can unmute. We can hear from you.
Hi, I'm Yong Sing.
Yong Sing, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Boon Siong, it's basically what are the work that you've done with them? I mean, the projects that you work with them on, is it more HR or culture transformation or something else?
Just curious, why is a particular interest in Select Group?
Is a company that I'm familiar with. Once our business they are once our business partners. So actually,
Okay.
I like to learn more. That's all.
Okay. What we do for them is to help them build up. They were looking at performance management and talent management. So it's about his second generation. His son is in the business already, right? So it's about preparing the company towards that direction. And broadly speaking, that's what I can share. Yeah, there are a lot of P&C details, how we do it. Yeah, but that's the objective of the project. Yeah.
Okay.
So Doris, the Lao Pan Yang, is the one that oversees the projects.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for unmuting and qualifying that question itself. Okay, all right. I don't think we have any other questions from there. And also, okay, no questions from the Facebook, but we do have some live audiences there. So I thought, you know, in a essence of time, why don't I just go through and bring this session to a close, because most of the questions that I'm going to ask, Boon Siong already answered them, because my very popular question is, do you accept mid-career changes? But you already said that upfront. Everyone can bring something into the table. So that's very, very good to hear. I wanted to also ask another question is, how do you develop? You know, how do employees grow within the organization? Faith has already answered that. You know, just grow with the organization. If you're going with the growth mindset, you know, just think about what value can you bring to the business, and then from there, work from there, because we all don't have the answer.
I can add that note. If you want it more technical,
Please.
we do have, so when a staff join a company, we have this whole self-directed onboarding. So it's a series of things the person needs to learn and get everyone else to sign off. So something that we do, like a self-directed onboarding. Then on top of that, of course, there's conferences, seminars, all this that the company will send a person. But we also put it back, the restaurant back to the staff as well, right? The individual as well. So we have a flexi benefit that allow them to spend on learning to grow. So one example is, Fuseng, can I share about your example?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So example, Fuseng, he wants to build passive income. So he actually used the flexi benefit to attend a course on value investing.
Yep, investing and trading.
Yeah. So it may not be directly linked to business also, but it's something that as a well-being of a person, it helps you to be a better person. I think that's what we are looking for. And one thing that I always challenge every staff that join our company, I say you don't need to be here forever, you know, because maybe our destiny or fate is very short. But the fact is the day before you join versus the day you leave us, you must be able to say that how have you grown? And I think that's very, very important.
Wow. I really like that marginal benefit, marginal benefit when you do a comparison. I really, really like that. And not many people will have this short-term view. Like, well, think about 3 years spending, 3 years with us. And in that 3 years, how are you going to grow? Not many people think of that.
Well, if the company doesn't provide you with a learning and growth opportunity, I can't stop you from growing, you see. If I stop you, then I shouldn't be the employer you work with already, right? Technically. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, most hiring managers would like to hot talent after their view is usually, I've already spent so many years investing in you, sending you for training, grooming you, giving you on the job, and then on the job learning, and then now you're gonna leave and benefit someone else. It's a fear mindset again of losing that talent. Wow. So I think I'm preaching to the converted here. You are really hearing it from the horse's mouth. You don't get that very often, because every time you go for an interview, you scramble to find out more about the company. But really, that's what we want to do. I want to thank everyone for spending their time. Your lunch hour, I hope we made your lunch hour useful. I especially want to thank our panelists, Boon Siong, and you will hear him on the 17th of June, Fuseng and Faith for coming on as well. Please also know that, do follow us on YouTube. We release weekly videos on career tips. I mentioned about Fuseng coming on 17th of June, and then we've got workshop that is hosted by Workforce Singapore on the 25th of June on online tips, to ace on your online interview. Yep.
Sorry, Jonathan.
Jonathan, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I cut in here. May I just ask a quick question? Thanks, Boon Siong, Fusing Faith for sharing, and Eileen for organizing this. There's this part you mentioned about make work more human-centric. And of course, there's a mentioning of technology nowadays, from HRIS, LMS, you know, so many tech. I mean, how do you foresee, you know, these two somehow, you know, I mean, one is tech, that is human, but yet it seems diverse, but yet, what do you think the future is? And let's say for, I mean, we hear a lot about tech. How can someone perhaps, you know, be a bit more afraid or a bit more grounded in what is coming up and what are the, maybe what do you think is a trend that someone could somehow embark upon? Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, Jonathan, I'll show you one picture of how we see HR in future. That one picture only. And I know it's not complete, but I just Google it. Okay, you see this this picture. I don't know where does it point to. Okay, this thing. This is what we call centaurs, right? Centaurs. So they exist as there are two parts of it. One part is the human head, one part is the animal body. How we see future of work happens is really, when I say human-centric work, is that at the end of the day, of course, instead of the animal being the back, it is the technology and AI being the back. The front is still human, right? I mean, we still crave relationship. We still want to talk to somebody. We won't be talking to a robot. We know that they're not going to respond. So even the response is not, no, maybe a certain algorithm. So what I want to do is that we want to talk to human, and we see that the human fronting is still very, very important. But what Align does is that I want to perfect these two parts, the human touch as well as the back end. The back end, which is the robot, the AI, the data. I want to use this to empower so that our business partner, consultant, whatever we call it, that go to the client, they have this rich knowledge behind them, they have rich data behind them. So they know, okay, now I tell you, you just need to do this, you are able to fix this problem. So that's one vision that we want to work towards. And really, we can do that by really aggregating as many SMEs, as many employees, so-called data point together and observe. Who knows, right? Who knows that at the end of the day, maybe to tweak the performance of a person is about buying him an ice cream. I don't know, example, right? So all these are information that if we can put it up, it'll make our HRBP more powerful, and that also reduce the need of the HRBP needing to go in depth, because it's not possible for them to go in depth. We all know we are generalists, but at the same time, we want them to have access to the expert knowledge, and they become the face fronting them. So this is how we envision that future to be, and this is what we are working towards. That's why I'm spending a lot of time these days to build up the back end part, so that this technology is not just to automate, but really to be more intelligent and to build up the various pieces. For example, one of the work that our HRBP used to do with clients is performance appraisal. And it's a very painful process actually to do performance appraisal. You need to, especially a company with 100 people, 200 people, and they use Microsoft Word and Excel and all these things. So at the back end, in fact, by end of the month, we should have launched our full performance appraisal module already that can do 360, 180, and we'll roll it to our client for free. The whole idea is that it will automate the process so that our HR business partner can spend their time at a higher value item. I think this is a vision we work towards. Yeah, I hope that clarifies.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for sharing the photo. Makes it very clear. Yeah, thanks.
That's so nice. Any other questions we have, just ask. And I think, you know, it's really, I'm going to stress again, very rare that you have the entire team coming forth to reach out, you know, to future talent. I always say future talent. But please also remember what Boon Siong mentioned. You know, don't just look at his full-time team, but look at the associates that he worked with. And even for my own personal journey, I've also been a associate consultant, and that's how I got into HR consultancy. And you'll be surprised, you know, all the different projects that you can be actually plug and play into. So go forth. I encourage everybody to reach out and connect, and also come back, right, on 17 June to listen more on Boon Siong's story. Of course, you can read about his article that was published in the Straits Times. I actually posted this on my LinkedIn. I did a podcast with Workforce Singapore on opportunities in logistics. If you want to listen more to other podcasts. And of course, after Boon Seong has spoken on 17 June, his speech will also be featured there as well. And on that, you know, you can also track, I think most of you join us because of our announcement and our posts on social media. So thank you so much. I hope you found this useful. I do want to thank the panel again. I want to thank all of you for I want to encourage all of you. You're making very good effort on your own to reach out to employers. So thank you, Boon Seong. Thank you, Fu Sing. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, everybody who is watching on Facebook Live. And thank you, everyone in Zoom. Thank you so much. Have a
Welcome.
great
Take care,
day.
everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you,
Have a
Eileen.
great
Thank
day.
you. Thank you, team.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good week ahead. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.